the narcopath that you dream about, aren't I? I've got a few more confessions for you. How do you like that?
I'm making this video without TJ's knowledge because he's out of town and he didn't realize I've got a special way out of my cage. I'm not speaking to TJ either because he had the nerve to call me a reptilian. That is just the worst. How could he say that? He says that I shapeshift and he caught me doing it, and I say, honey, you're crazy. I don't shapeshift. That's not even possible. You all tell him. He seems to think that I'm some kind of creature. He tells me regularly I don't have a soul. He does. He's got creativities as well, and he writes things and creates things, and I just think, honey, that's boring. I'd rather be making love to the guy down the street. That's my form of entertainment. I have no interest in creativity or expression of anything. I just copy. I pat myself on the back if I get away with a scam, like, for example, there was this married guy. I saw him at the mall. I followed him into the restroom and grabbed him. I knew he was looking at me. He was with his wife, but I couldn't approach him with her around, so I had to go when he was in the restroom, and I grabbed him. He liked it. Of course, he tried to call the police. I knocked his phone off and threw it in the toilet and flushed it. He had no right to reject me. I thought he was looking at me. Turns out he was looking at my male friend I was with. He's married and queer. He deserved my wrath. So I watched where he went, the note of his car license. I have a friend in the police department who told me exactly who it was, where he lived, and I took matters into my own hands. He deserved it for rejecting me. How dare he reject me? The rest of what I'm going to tell you is what I did.
You see, my male friend, he ain't into guys. He likes women like me.
His wife has no idea that we make love regularly. She doesn't need to. I thought, I'll get that fool back. We went shopping to the mall. We found some spandex tight shorts for him, my man friend. He stepped into them and the bulge in front was gigantic. I know those kinds of people love such things. He also bought a really skin-tight tank top, and I took him over to the guy's house. I waited outside to make sure the other car there left because there was a lady there. We couldn't have her there. So we had a little male friend knock on the door, act like he was lost, looking for directions and wanted to use a phone. Yeah, a phone, even though he had one in his pocket. But this guy didn't need to know that. Oh, the guy's face lit up. I'd plotted the whole thing. He asked to use the man's phone. Of course the man let him. What do you expect? He went over to the phone and started to unzip his pants and started giving the guy looks like he would to a woman like me. Like, baby, ooh. And he was unzipping. This guy, he was nervous, but he was all into it. He had some lines I wrote for him to say,
You're really attractive. Oh, I like women, but there's something about you.
And that's just what this guy wanted to hear. He seduced him, basically. And of course it worked. He was into my friend. I thought it was me. It was him. He was quick to tear the other guy's shirt off, and they were rolling around on the bed together. Next comes my part. I followed the wife, stopped her in traffic, and I told her there was an emergency at her home, that she better go back. I just happened to see it, and just trust me. And of course the stupid bimbo did. And she went back to the home, walked in the front door, went into the bedroom, and she saw her husband nude with another man. Now of course I owe my male friend a bunch of money because he says he can't stand guys and their fuzzy chins. Ugh, he does anything I ask. It ruined their marriage. He deserved it. He didn't deserve that woman. He was off with a man. She needed to know. Of course, when I was seeing someone else behind your back, you didn't need to know. But that's a different story, because I'm the narcopath. But for those regular folks, yes, if they're doing misdeeds, they need to be turned in for it. All there is to it. I'm a moral person.
I was going through TJ's videos. He did one about karma recently. What a joke. He and I had a long talk about karma.
I once pretended like I believed in it. Lord knows, someone like me with the things I do, the lives I ruin, there's no way I could believe in a concept such as karma. So when I stole that one chick's car and took it for a joyride, and a few months later got my own car and it was stolen, that ain't karma. That was because some other fool saw my car and thought I was hot and he could pull one over on me, so he stole it. Nothing to do with what I did. He's just an awful person. There's no balance in nature. If I steal something and get away with it, then I was meant to have it. I'm not punished for my misdeeds because they give me pleasure. They satisfy my needs. Now how can that be bad? It can't. Now again, if you steal something of mine, that's bad. But if I steal something of yours, well, it's my right. You need to realize that stuff. So I don't know why you got so upset because I stole that money from your account before I left. I know you asked me specifically face to face if I took it, and I said, oh no, I didn't. And you believed it, and I got out, so it's your own fault. You should have held me there longer for interrogation. It's not my fault. Nothing's my fault, honey. It's yours. Accept responsibility. What is wrong with you?
Well, my name is Mud. I tried my performance of that song at the church, and
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't quit. All you ladies pop that pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't quit. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should right now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, suck my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
they didn't see things the way I saw it. In fact, they were throwing fits and holding crosses up and calling me the devil, and I thought it was great. But I don't know what their deal was.
It's just a song. It's about a kitty cat. What's the big deal? I said, what's wrong with you? Don't you like cats? Are you a dog person? What's wrong with cats? I got sick of it. They tried to chase me out of there. I threw a smoke ball in there and gassed them all out. It'll probably be on the news tomorrow. Well, maybe not, because the news is fake. Just ask Sandy Hoaxtard. She'll tell you. If it's on the news, it's probably a lie. Sad but true. Took me years to figure that out, but I thank people like Sandy Hoaxtard for showing me the light. Plus, I've had enough examples of seeing how fake it is. They'll take any story and spin it to their advantage. That's disgusting. I'm the only one who should be allowed to lie, not the news. Because I make decisions based on what I hear there, and if it's a lie, and I make the wrong decision, well, that's no better than what I do to other people. And I don't deserve that treatment. I give the treatment, I don't get it. Do you understand? Good. Good evening. This is Sandy Hoaxtard with TV5 Real News, with a special news update for you. I've been on vacation. I haven't been around lately, but I've got a few things to discuss with you. First of all, we've discussed it before. The California fires are once again at it, and it's making me so sick. When I place a few visits to social media, and I see these clowns talking about these fires as if they're just natural and normal and they're regular. Honey, I beg to differ. These are just like the ones we saw a year ago. You know, the fires where one house is perfectly fine. The next house is nothing. It's just ashes like the World Trade Center. The businesses that create microwave technology weapons, those buildings are mysteriously in perfect condition, but all the homes are gone. And they call it a forest fire. They call it a wildfire. But honey, it ain't no forest fire if it ain't burning the forest. Because you see trees everywhere. You see plastic recycle bins and trash cans toppled over on the street right next to a toasted car that's got the windows melted, the tire rubber melted, the metal on the car melted. Now come on, don't you think if temperatures are going to rise that high that the plastic recycle bin might be a puddle next to the car that's puddled? Well, it ain't. There's something wrong with this, and I see these other stations, my competitors, these dumb newscasters on there talking about it like it's just this random thing that just happened, and it's so devastating, and I'm thinking, honey, your bosses did this. It's directed energy weapons. We've talked about this before. They're messing with the weather. People think you can't make the weather. Well, honey, you haven't been studying. Stuff is even declassified. There's been geoengineering weather for decades. It's just recently evidently become common practice. especially for targeting specific areas. The powers that be would like to build a railroad through California, right along the coast. If you compare a map of all the areas that were devastated to the railroad map, it's the exact same area. Gee, that must be a coincidence. Well, think about it. If somebody wants that rail built, they're not going to be able to tell all those people living there, oh, honey, you're going to have to leave your property because we want to build something else. No, they just chase them out with their directed energy weapons. It's disgusting. It's murder. And these covert murderers just get away with it because nobody says anything. Even the goddamn president, Mr. Orangeface. I know for a fact that his nuclear uncle, John Trump, was with the guys who took Tesla's paperwork. When he had died, they took his information and ran with it. Information is neither evil nor saintly. It's the same as knowledge. It's neutral. However, how you use it determines the rest. For example, if I learn how to rub two sticks together and make a fire, great! I've learned something. An application, if I'm walking down the street and there's a neighborhood with an elderly couple and their lights are off and their electricity's shut off, they're freezing in there, you can see their breath, I might take two sticks in their home and rub them together and create a fire, their fireplace, so they can be warm. That's an example of knowledge being used for good. Same thing with magic, too. Let's say that an enemy of mine is up to no good and I can see them in their little home. If I take those two sticks, rub them together, and then toss the flame onto their home and watch it torch, I've used that same knowledge for evil. These directed energy weapons could be used for free energy for all. But instead, they're being used by some stupid, overgrown kid psychopaths who are playing with their new toy, seeing how much land they can devastate, while people independent of the media, they're actually tracking graphs, radars, and they're looking and seeing the strange behaviors of these firestorms and the hurricanes, too. Honey, it's all man-made. It's all by design. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the owners of all media, they're in on this crap. They've got the cure for cancer, too. They're keeping secret because they want to keep us in debt to Big Pharma so we can jet out our fortunes to them. Speaking of Big Pharma, that's another topic. There are certain substances that are simply plants that grow in the ground that you pluck out and you can consume them. There's kratom and there's even marijuana, which has other uses. But those items are natural. They can be used for medicinal purposes. However, Big Pharma, at least up to this point, has kept such things illegal or tried to make them illegal and banned them. Why? You'd think, well, they make it illegal because it's dangerous. But then you think, wait a second. These pharmaceutical cocktail chemicals they create, those are way more deadly than a simple leaf that you pluck off of a vine and chew or smoke or take. They're not interested in your health. They don't want you to find cheap, unpatentable formulas for well-being. No, they want you tied to your doctor so you can spend a fortune on these companies that are completely corrupt. And they want you to shell out your cash so you'll be perpetually in the cycle. Don't want any natural cures. Oh, anyone who comes up with those will be spoken to. Like tomorrow, if I came up with this and said, oh my goodness, I have discovered this new item. If you take this every day, you will live forever. I'm selling it. There would be minutes, maybe an hour before I'd hear a knock on the door and I'd be silenced. I'd be told,
Look, we'll pay you off. Here's $1 billion. Keep your mouth shut.
if I say no way, Jose, I'm likely to end up being suicided. Probably the usual 3 bullets to the back of the head. Speaking of bullets, that can bring us to the next phony mass shooting. I tell you what, I am sick to death of these goddamn fake shooting events. The last one, they didn't even try. Did you see the actors there? Especially the 2-headed actress with a pink blanket around them, sitting there looking at each other's faces and trying to recount the horror they went through as their faces are like laughing and smiling and oh, I've seen it a million times and I'm sick of it. You know why? Not because I'm just nosy. It's because our goddamn tax dollars are paying for these psyops. That's correct. You and I are working for money, and that money is being funneled into these funds for these fools who pretend to be victims of traumatic events when they're sitting there smiling the whole time. Oh, everybody grieves differently. Honey, I don't think so. If your best friends just died a few minutes earlier, I doubt you'd be laughing and smiling in front of the cameras. I just do doubt it. It's just not the way regular folk act. let's talk about the shooter. Gee, the official story, which is never true, I've learned, claims the guy was tweeting or was posting on social media 1 minute before the officers found him dead, and he had a single gunshot wound to his head. Well, that's funny because I heard the police scanner. That told an entirely different story. The officer that came into the club said that they saw the shooter down with 3 bullets to the chest. Those two stories do not fit together. Let's say it was the 3 bullet holes to the chest as reported. How does one do that exactly? Unless they've got some automatic fire set and they can click a button and stand there, boom, boom, boom. No. And the official story claims it shot it. Now who's going to waste their time to do all that foolishness and then shoot themselves for it? Wouldn't you think they want to escape and feel good about it? Plus, let's not even get into the goddamn counterfeit news network's video.
This is horrific. Oh, that's a horrific video.
They show you a video of an empty nightclub after just hearing that there were hundreds of people line dancing to music, and yet there's no evidence of any human beings in there at all except for 2. One sitting there at a bar like this, another one's off in the other room. No people, no dog pile of kids. No nothing. No spilled drinks, no blood. Yet the officer had reported, oh, it was a bloody hell massacre. They show it, and it's like nothing. It looked like an open house to a bar that was for sale. No tables, no chairs, despite reports of hearing, oh, a bar stool got thrown at me. It's like, honey, that's funny, because there ain't no bar stools in there. Did you imagine them? And to hear all this testimony, and then to see the actual visuals. Oh, I know some people claim,
Oh, that might have been the last few seconds of the event.
well, honey, no, it was a quick event. They told us a man burst in, started shooting, people flurried and floundered everywhere, but the scene we saw was quite different than that. It was empty, and the man was still shooting. It wasn't like he shot for an hour and took a nap and then decided to shoot again. No, this is all like one after another item occurs. We see one video of an empty bar and then a goofy Blair Witch-style cinematography as it runs out and screams,
Oh, he's there!
but he wasn't anywhere near the dance floor. Doesn't match the witness's story at all. Because, to tell you the truth, if that was true, you would see purses on the floor. You would see spilled drinks, puddles. You'd see red puddles of blood, glasses knocked over, trays potentially, filth, coats. As if a gunman's opening fire, people aren't going to usually grab every little thing. You'd see cell phones. There was nothing. You'd see broken glass. None. Despite reports of,
Oh, I had to break the glass in the window to get out.
honey, are you in a fantasy world? But yes, this is our tax dollars going towards this crap designed to make us think we'd somehow be safer if we weren't able to defend ourselves with firearms, which is completely retarded. My main argument there is you see these phony events and you see those crappy fool actors on TV.
I want gun control. No more guns!
But honey, you're too late for that. There are more guns than people as it is. It's state tomorrow. You state.
All guns are banned tomorrow. Turn them in.
Well, guess who's going to be the ones turning those guns in? That's right. People like you and me who follow the rules. We obey the laws. So who do you think that's going to leave? Still armed. Criminals. Exactly. How safe are we going to be in a world where nobody good is armed and the bad guys are armed? That sounds like a wonderful place. I'd love to live there. And this whole thing about gun control is a joke. Gun control, as we've been told by high-impact blogs, it's people control. Because, look, honey, if somebody's going to an idea in their head to go kill a bunch of innocent people, do these fools forget that murder is what we're talking about? That's already illegal. Plus, there are already gun laws in place. So what on earth would more gun regulations do to the situation? It's as if people think that they have some magic power, that, oh, if they just do something, that would prevent this from ever happening again. It's like, honey, you can't mess with the human mind. If somebody wants to create a massacre, they're going to do it no matter what law you pass. Do you think they're going to care about your law when they're already going to be breaking the murder law? Let's imagine they used tweezers. Let's imagine they decided to use chainsaws. Let's say they used knives and fists. Would you expect to see these same clowns?
We've got to make stricter chainsaw laws. We've got to stop the allowance of knives. They must all be plastic from now on.
No, they wouldn't. It's only the gun they're focusing on, as if it has a mind of its own. The gun has nothing to do with it. It's the person holding it that does. But these fools don't know that, and they think making new gun rules and laws for the ones who follow them is going to make a difference. No, honey. a law-abiding citizen didn't kill. It was a criminal, even though there wasn't one, but just to go along with the story, to humor them. This is a waste of our money. I want that money back. These goddamn fake Hollywood D-level productions, these stupid fools who can't even cry. Still, nobody can cry. I'm sick of it. Learn to cry, or don't cry. Try to incorporate a line like,
I would like to be crying now, but I'm trying to be strong.
that would be more convincing than these, people that don't have any liquid coming out, as if they're dehydrated. They're dehydrated of acting talent, that's for sure. But there are so many things wrong, and so many people, fools, who don't even know that these things are phony. They take it seriously, and they think it's real, and some of them are even brainwashed into thinking that we would be safer unarmed.
Oh, that Constitution was written in a different time. We don't need weapons now.
Honey, I beg to differ. The moment those weapons are gone, if they were, that's when the tyrants come. Did they not learn anything from Hitler? That's his first step. He took the guns, and then he attacked the people. Do we want to repeat history? I don't think so. Regardless, this is Sandy Hoaxtard. It's been fun. We'll have another update soon. But let these phony events be an alert for you to stock up on those guns. Stock up on those ammunition. Be ready in case Hillary comes to your door. You can blast her to kingdom come with her lesbian Virginia and her lover Huma Abedin, who eats dead babies' faces that are flayed and slashed up in pieces. I saw an image of that, by the way. It was disgusting. She is repulsive. This is Sandy Hoaxtard with TV5 Real News. Have a great evening. I'm glad that's over. Is the camera off for real? Because I'm going to strip here. I'm hot. I see the lights. I'm going to get you. No!
It's too late, the decision is made by fate. Time to prove weapon to lie. Who's feeling all the truth? Has time for test. Who's the man that was strong? Has to carry all the time. And blow by blow, the passion dies. Sweet little death, just having lied. The memories of has gone by time. We'll still recall the lies. The forgotten won't hurt at all. The second only makes you wonder. The good will have you on your knees. You stop bleeding, I stop screaming. Won't hurt at all. The second only makes you wonder. The third will have you on your knees. You stop bleeding, I stop screaming. The forgotten won't hurt at all. Only makes you wonder. The sun will have you on your knees. You start bleeding, I start screaming. I try so hard not to get upset. Oh, he tells me tears are something to hide and something to bear. And I try so hard to keep it inside so no one can hear. Hush, hush, keep it down now. Voice is scary. Hush, hush, keep it down now. Voice is scary. Hush, hush, keep it down now. Voice is scary. Oh, oh. Daddy, if you could only see just how good he's been treating me. You give us your blessing right now, 'cause we are in love. We are in love. How to leave? 'Cause Papa don't preach. I'm in trouble. Papa don't preach. I'm in the losing street. But I made up my mind. I'm keeping my baby. Ooh, I'm gonna keep my baby. Ooh, oh, I'm gonna preach. I'm gonna preach.
I never did mine.